Fatty liver is most afraid of these 8 kinds of food. Eat a little often and stay away from liver cancer. Have you ever heard of this saying, being fat is not a problem? The key is not to be fat to the liver. It sounds like a joke, but it is actually very serious. In recent years, fatty liver has become the invisible killer of modern people. Whether you are a big-bellied uncle or a well-proportioned white-collar lady, as long as you usually eat oily food, move less, and stay up late, you may have quietly been tricked by fatty liver. Data shows that the incidence of fatty liver in adults in the United States has exceeded 30%. And almost 1 in every 3 adults is a fatty liver star. The most terrifying thing is that many people don't know they have fatty liver at all, because it has almost no symptoms in the early stages. When you start to feel fatigue, nausea, and bloating in the right upper abdomen, it is likely that you have progressed to fatty hepatitis or even liver fibrosis. Does it sound a bit scary? But the good news is that fatty liver is reversible. As long as we adjust our diet structure and keep exercising, we can completely reverse it back to a healthy liver. Among all the methods, diet is the most direct and important step. In today's video, let's talk about the 8 foods that fatty liver fears the most. If you eat a little regularly, you really have a chance to stay away from liver cancer. Don't slide away. After listening, you will know how to eat a healthy liver. Let's first clarify a question. What is fatty liver? Fatty liver, as the name suggests, it means that there is too much fat accumulated in the liver. Under normal circumstances, the liver is the body's chemical factory, responsible for metabolizing fat, detoxifying, synthesizing proteins. But if you consume high-fat and high-sugar foods for a long time and lack exercise, the liver can't handle it, and the excess fat will begin to stock up and accumulate in liver cells. When the fat content in liver cells exceeds 5% of the weight of the liver, we call it fatty liver. Simply put, you eat more and move less, fat doesn't go away, fat accumulates in the liver over time. The liver becomes oily. Fatty liver is generally divided into 3 stages. Simple fatty liver, this is the mildest stage, with just a little oil in the liver cells, but basically no inflammation or damage, and most people will not have obvious symptoms. This stage is the easiest to reverse. Fatty hepatitis, when fat accumulates for a long time, it will cause inflammation and necrosis of liver cells, and then liver function begins to be damaged. Liver fibrosis, cirrhosis, liver cancer, long-term chronic inflammation will cause liver tissue to be replaced by fibrous tissue, lost function, and eventually may develop into cirrhosis, or even liver cancer. So you see, fatty liver is not nothing, but a time bomb with great potential to develop in a bad direction. What are the common causes of fatty liver? To sum up, there are several. 1. Unhealthy diet. Long-term intake of high-calorie, high-sugar, and high-fat foods is the main cause of fatty liver. Fried foods, milk tea, desserts, and midnight snacks are all natural enemies of the liver. 2. Lack of exercise. Many people sit in the office every day and go home to lie in bed, with almost zero exercise. If fat comes in and is not consumed, it can only be stored in the liver. 3. Alcoholism. Alcohol is the #1 enemy that causes fatty liver and hepatitis, especially for people who drink alcohol for a long time. The risk of alcoholic fatty liver is very high. Even a bottle of beer a day may hurt the liver unknowingly. 4. Metabolic syndrome. Metabolic diseases such as obesity, hyperlipidemia, and diabetes often attacks together with fatty liver. In particular, abdominal obesity, that is, big belly, is a high-risk group for fatty liver. 5. Staying up late for a long time and emotional fluctuations. Chinese medicine says that the liver is responsible for the release of qi, and it likes to be smooth and hates depression. In other words, staying up late for a long time, high pressure, and low mood will also damage the function of the liver and indirectly lead to abnormal fat metabolism. What's more terrifying is that there are almost no symptoms in the early stages of fatty liver. You don't feel pain, itching, or discomfort. But you found out during a physical examination. Hey, why is there oil in the liver? When you really feel tired, have a poor appetite, and feel uncomfortable in the liver area, it is often not simple. Can fatty liver be cured? Yes, it can be completely reversed, especially in the early stages, by adjusting the diet structure, exercising properly, quitting drinking, and losing weight. You can significantly improve or even restore normal liver function. Among these intervention methods, eating the right food is the most critical first step. So, what foods are most afraid of fatty liver? Which foods can help us lose fat, fight inflammation, and nourish the liver? Don't worry, before revealing these 8 foods, let's talk about why food is important for fatty liver. When it comes to treating fatty liver, many people's first reaction is, do I need to take medicine? In fact, most fatty livers do not require drug treatment, especially for simple fatty liver. The best treatment is not to take medicine, but to eat the right foods and eat healthily. You should know that the liver is the only organ in the human body with a strong self-repair ability. As long as you don't make it worse, it will be able to repair itself and become a clear and refreshing healthy liver again. If you want to help the liver reduce its burden and restore its health, the first thing to do is to change your diet. What you eat every day is either helping the liver unload and detoxify, or working overtime and causing trouble for it. Do you want to be a firefighter or an arsonist? It all depends on how you eat. Modern people's dietary problems are very common. No breakfast, casual lunch, and a big takeout meal at night. Like fried chicken, hot pot, barbecue, and milk tea. Eat fast, eat a lot. Heavy oil and salt. These habits are the black hands behind the worsening of fatty liver. But don't worry, change is not difficult. From now on, put the things that the liver likes to eat on the table, and eat a little more at each meal, which can help it reduce its burden and restore its health little by little. Next, we'll move on to the key content, the 8 foods that fatty liver is most afraid of. These foods are natural ingredients that scientific research has confirmed to be beneficial to the liver. They can not only help reduce fatty liver, but also reduce inflammation and prevent liver cancer. Let's talk about them one by one, and I'll tell you each one, why it is effective, how to eat, what are the precautions. Food 1. Green leafy vegetables, natural liver cleanser. You may have heard of eat vegetables every day, but did you know? Green leafy vegetables are a type of food that people with fatty liver must eat. Why? Green leafy vegetables are rich in dietary fiber, chlorophyll, vitamin C, vitamin E, and antioxidants, which can effectively lower cholesterol levels in the body, promote intestinal peristalsis and reduce fat absorption, reduce liver fat deposition, reduce inflammation levels. A foreign study found that consuming enough green leafy vegetables every day can significantly improve the degree of fatty liver and even reverse early fatty liver hepatitis. So which vegetables are better to eat? Recommended: dark green leafy vegetables such as spinach, lettuce, romaine lettuce, kale, amaranth, Chinese cabbage, water spinach, etc. Eating suggestions: it is best to stir fry, boiled, or mixed cold, and try to use less oil and salt. 2 meals a day, at least 1 meal has green leafy vegetables. Make sure half of the plate is vegetables for each meal, which nourishes the liver and reduces fat. Notes: don't stir fry vegetables too much, which will destroy the nutrition. For friends with stones or kidney problems, high oxalic acid vegetables such as spinach and amaranth should be eaten in moderation. Food 2. Oats, the king of staple foods that help the liver sweep fat. Many people have fatty liver but still eat rice and white steamed buns. In fact, you should try oats. Oats contain a special soluble dietary fiber called beta-glucan, which can lower total cholesterol and bad cholesterol LDL in the blood, slowing down the absorption of carbon water, reduce blood sugar after meals, and reduce the burden on the liver. Increase satiety and help lose weight. Improve insulin resistance and reduce liver fat accumulation. How to eat oats correctly. Recommended ways to eat. A bowl of oatmeal porridge for breakfast can be paired with milk or sugar-free soy milk, or make oat milk instead of sugary drinks. You can also add nuts and fruits to make a healthy energy bowl. Precautions: choose original, coarse-grained, unsweetened oats. And don't buy instant oats with added sugar. Although oats are good, don't eat too much. 30–50 grams per meal is appropriate. People with poor digestion should pay attention to eating with other foods. Food 3. Deep sea fish, the anti-inflammatory weapon of the liver. Fatty liver is essentially accompanied by chronic inflammation in addition to abnormal fat metabolism. Deep sea fish are rich in omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids and are natural anti-inflammatory experts. Research has found that regular consumption of deep sea fish such as salmon, sardines, cod, tuna, etc., can significantly reduce liver fat accumulation. At the same time, it can reduce liver enzyme indicators indicating improved liver function. It can also reduce triglycerides and prevent arteriosclerosis. Killing two birds with one stone. How to eat it for the best effect. Recommendation: eat deep sea fish 2 to 3 times a week, about 100 grams each time. The cooking method is mainly steaming, stewing, and frying with less oil. Braising, sweet and sour, or over frying are not recommended, as they will put a greater burden on the liver. Special tips: if it is really inconvenient to buy deep sea fish, you can also use deep sea fish oil capsules to supplement, but it is recommended to take it from natural foods first. People with a history of seafood allergies should be careful in their choices. Food 4. Soy products, plant proteins. A good helper for reducing fat and protecting the liver. Many people are afraid of fatty liver and think that they should eat light soup and water, and dare not touch protein, especially meat. In fact, this is a misunderstanding. Liver repair requires high-quality protein support, but it is not necessary to eat meat. Soy products are a very good source of plant protein. Tofu, soy milk, bean skin, and dried tofu are all frequent guests on our dining table. They have several advantages that are very friendly to fatty liver. Rich in plant protein and cholesterol-free. Contains soy isoflavones, which helps to resist oxidation and regulate lipid metabolism. Low fat and low calories, which is conducive to weight loss and fat control. Can improve satiety and help control total calorie intake. Many studies have found that if patients with fatty liver add an appropriate amount of soy products to their diet, liver fat accumulation will be significantly reduced and inflammatory indicators will also improve. Recommended ways to eat. A cup of sugar-free soy milk for breakfast. Rich in protein. Lunch or dinner with steamed tofu, cold tofu shreds, stewed tofu, etc. Just take soy products 1 to 2 times a day. Don't eat too much. Notes: although soy products are good, don't eat processed dried tofu, fried tofu, etc., that are high in oil and salt. People with a history of high uric acid or gout should eat soybeans in moderation. Food 5. Nuts, a small amount of liver-protecting snacks. When it comes to nuts, many people's first reaction is too high in calories. Can I eat it? In fact, eating nuts in moderation is very beneficial for fatty liver, and the key lies in the word moderate. Nuts are rich in unsaturated fatty acids, especially monounsaturated fatty acids and omega-3s, vitamin E, and antioxidants, which can reduce liver fat content, inhibit liver inflammatory response, improve blood lipid levels, fight oxidative stress, and delay liver cell aging. Recommended types: natural nuts such as walnuts, almonds, cashews, hazelnuts, pistachios, etc. Eating suggestions: eat a handful, about 10–15 grams every day. It is best to eat raw or low-temperature baked original nuts. Can be used as a breakfast snack or a small amount as a snack in the afternoon. Notes: don't eat too many nuts. Too much will lead to excessive intake of calories. Avoid eating salt-baked, honey-juiced, and fried nuts, which are burden bombs for the liver. Food 6. Green tea, natural fat-clearing liquid, antioxidation and liver protection. You may have heard that green tea is antioxidant, but in fact it is also the nemesis of fatty liver. The active ingredients in green tea, such as tea polyphenols and catechins, have the following effects: promote fat metabolism and help reduce visceral fat, antioxidation and anti-inflammatory, reduce liver fat content and protect liver cells, reduce blood lipids and regulate cholesterol. Studies in Japan, South Korea and China have found that people who drink green tea every day have a significantly lower risk of fatty liver and abnormal liver function. How to drink green tea in the healthiest way. It is recommended to drink 2 to 3 cups of light green tea every day. Drink it 1 hour after a meal to avoid affecting iron absorption. Use water temperature of about 80 to brew to avoid bitterness. Don't make green tea too strong or keep it for a long time, which will affect the taste and nutrition. Precautions. People with cold stomach and weak body should drink tea in moderation and should not drink tea on an empty stomach. It is not recommended to drink it at night to avoid affecting sleep. It is not recommended to drink strong tea or tea leaves overnight for a long time. Food 7. Tomatoes, the tender and liver protecting red gourd. Many people like tomatoes because they are sour, sweet and juicy. But did you know that they are also the bodyguards of the liver? Tomatoes are rich in natural antioxidants such as lycopene, vitamin C, and carotene, which can effectively antioxidation, anti-inflammatory, and prevent liver cell damage, reduce liver fat deposition, promote liver cell repair, helps whiten skin and protect eyesight. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Studies have shown that lycopene helps improve fat metabolism and reduce the risk of liver fibrosis. Long-term consumption can help reverse the progression of fatty liver. Recommended eating methods. It can be eaten raw or cooked. Lycopene is easier to absorb after heating. It is recommended to eat scrambled eggs with tomatoes, stewed beef brisket with tomatoes, and tomato soup. 1 medium-sized tomato is enough every day. Notes. Don't eat a lot of raw tomatoes on an empty stomach, which can easily cause stomach discomfort. People with gastric ulcers should try to eat cooked food as much as possible. Food 8. Garlic foods, natural liver detoxifiers. Garlic is awesome. This little seasoning expert is actually a great contributor to liver health. Garlic, onions, garlic sprouts and other garlic foods are rich in sulfides, selenia, and allicin, which have the following effects: activate the liver enzyme system and promote the decomposition and excretion of toxins. Antioxidation, inhibit fat deposition in the liver, have slight bactericidal and anti-inflammatory effects, helps prevent liver cancer and protect liver cell DNA from damage. Eating suggestions. You can add some minced garlic and garlic slices when cooking. You can eat garlic sprouts, onions, and green garlic as vegetables. It is not recommended to eat a lot of raw garlic on an empty stomach, which can easily irritate the gastrointestinal tract. Notes. Patients with peptic ulcers and gastritis should eat in moderation. You have a bad breath after eating, so pay attention to oral hygiene. Okay friends, today we talked about the 8 foods that fatty liver is most afraid of, and each of them is a liver protection angel given to us by nature. Green leafy vegetables helps the liver scrape fat. Oats, the fat control champion among staple foods. Deep sea fish reduces liver fat, anti-inflammatory and antioxidation. Soy products, plant proteins, no burden. Nuts, moderate intake, nourish the liver and reduce fat. Green tea, natural fat clearing liquid. Tomatoes, red antioxidant guards. Garlic foods, liver detoxifiers. You will find that they are actually very common and delicious. The key is not how expensive you eat, but whether you eat right every day. Fatty liver is not terrible. What is terrible is that you don't care and don't change. Don't wait until your body has problems to regret it. The truly smart people take action in advance and take the initiative to prevent it. Finally, I will give you 3 simple and practical liver protection action suggestions. Eat 3 meals a day regularly. Don't eat too much dinner, and eat less midnight snacks. Make sure half a plate of vegetables every day. Reduced fried and heavy flavors. Exercise moderately. brisk walking or jogging at least 5 times a week, 30 minutes each time. Don't underestimate these small changes. They are the starting point for you to get rid of fatty liver and stay away from liver cancer. You don't need to be perfect all at once. Just starting from today. Do one thing every day. Reduce the pressure on your liver, and it will quietly become healthy. Well, if you think this content is helpful to you, please like and forward it to your family and friends around you, especially those who always say it's okay to eat a little oil. They might need this video. See you next time. Remember, if you eat right, your liver will not greasy you.